Morning. My name is Hector Hernandez, and I'm glad you're back here as we were talking about what is your biggest fear. We're going to start breaking it down by words, and the first word we're going to be focusing today is what. When I think about the word what, it brings options. It's like a category. You know, what am I looking for? What is this? What is that? Always give us a much bigger input. In Spanish, this word is asked, which one is your biggest fear? Which? That word just tells me that there is so much more than just one answer. As we are very independent individually, we have challenged things that have made us who we are today. But I would like to focus in two other questions that also start with the word what when it comes to fear. What is the first thing that comes to mind when you think about fear? What is the first thing that without having to even think about it comes to mind? Now, what have you done with it? See, the way our brains work sometimes, it does these things that it does it automatically without us having to think about it. It's just like that song that you first learned when you were 5, 6, 7 years old. And you kept singing it over and over and over. And 10, 15 years later, you hear it, it just comes out of your brain automatically. What is this thing that came to your mind the moment you think about the word fear? Have you done anything with it? You and I have lived this world in a whole different level. Some of us might say that we've been through worse. Some of us has been, living an average life. But the truth is, there's not average or better or worse. I truly believe that we are meant to be living a life full of joy, full of peace. But in some situations, it's not like that. That's why one of my goals in life is not just to provide, sense of living for my life, but I know if I live a life full of purpose, regardless of what I had experienced in the past, my way of style, my way of living my life might bring some sort of peace and care to somebody else that had never experienced that or is in need of that. That's why I feel like this question can change your life the way it changed my life. Because the moment you realize what is it that comes to your mind when you think about the word fear and what have you done with it, should be the very first two things you should think about. Because at the end of this question, once we come down to fear, we're gonna understand what is it that we need to do to get us out of there, to get us to where we need to be. Because regardless if we have to continue fighting something for the rest of our lives, at least you know exactly what you're fighting against. Every single morning lives gives us this beautiful sunlight. But also, there's some days where we don't see that and we see cloudy days. Those days are the ones that we need to focus on. Because if there's not light coming from our day, we should bring that light from inside. So I want you to think on those two things. What is the first thing that comes to mind when hearing the word fear? And what have you done with it? Have a good day. See you later.